welcome.
Oh, we're on
Thank
TV.
you so much for joining us, 726 Mountain
Well, I
Hall.
didn't hear the music.
Well, it'll be there.
Oh, it'll be there.
It'll be
I
there.
didn't know we were on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was over
Welcome.
here wanting to. He likes the audience. He encourages them to be enthusiastic, clapping. So I was waiting for the music to let me know we were taping in the last.
Well, I think we got a little, when people watch the show, they won't have any idea what's going on. I think we got a little
Except
problem
for
with
the
their
fact that I'm looking
introduction.
off over here, gomming around, when I'm supposed to be looking there and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
You're just telling me about every little detail of your life. And
Every
that's
little
fine.
detail. I'm filling you in on all the. No, you asked when I was going to be gone. Those
Right.
are not little details.
Yeah. Well, we need to fill in. We got a guest host spot to fill in on I think March the 21st.
March 21st. Are you taking all comers?
Any comer.
Any comer?
Large or small, dog or cat, animal, feline.
Animal, vegetable, mineral.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Animal,
I could do well with a head of cabbage and
you
and
could.
a bushel of, or not a bushel, but a head of lettuce or something like that. What's it called when you have a bunch of carrots? That's what I was trying to say.
A bunch. What do you call a bunch of? A herd of carrots. You call a herd. A covey.
There's different words for that, right? You got a herd of cattle. You got a gaggle of geese.
A covey of quail.
Yeah.
A school of fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Pride of lions.
That's right.
So I don't really know why. And is it a pod of whales?
I don't know that. I don't know all those little things.
Wow. There's all kinds of stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, that's a little bit, that's out there, Dan. I'm having trouble remembering people's names.
What would be a horde?
A horde?
Yeah.
Genghis Khan and his bunch would be a
his
horde.
horde.
Yeah,
Okay.
his horde. That would be a horde. Other than that, I don't think there's a horde of anything. But there might be.
Yeah.
A horde of bees.
Horde of bees.
Or a horde of wasps. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
He's
Something
going to
like that.
Google this and do some research
I
before
will.
he tries to talk about
I
this
will.
again.
I'm on Facebook quite a bit, and I have and I put these.
Facebook all the time?
all day long. I mean, not.
You have
constantly.
nothing else to do,
No,
so you
Back
Facebook
up,
all the time?
Back up.
Oh,
This is for
Daniel.
business only.
Sure.
I'm serious.
How many Facebook friends do you have? Thousands.
400 or 500. I don't know, something like that. 400 or 500.
I'm not your Facebook friend.
You don't do the Facebook thing.
I know I don't do the Facebook.
I could type Sandra Garland or Sandy Garland, any of that stuff, and you will be one of those gray images that have no.
I have a picture. It's Ashley and I.
Can't find it.
Sandra Gail Richardson Garland.
That's way too long.
Way too well.
Way too many.
That way you
names
can
in that.
find. That way you can find me. But no, I don't ever
But
get on there.
if I got on there today and text you a message and said, "Hey, Sandy, how many months was it good before I get an answer?"
it'll pop up in my email and say you've got a message.
Oh, okay.
And I won't necessarily go look at it, but
How often did you do that?
I don't really remember the last time I logged on.
Well, it's okay.
So
you're really, it's not
It's
useful
not a
to
thing.
you. Really,
It's not useful for me.
To us, or to me, rather. I mean, I took on a stance this year to be more involved socially.
Okay.
With my business.
To be more proactive.
Yeah, and we get these email blasts from our networks.
Okay.
And they're tidbits of information, trivia type of thing, and I pass them along to all my friends, and I always add something to them, like, for instance, today is Willard Scott's birthday.
I love
and
Willard
he's 87 years old, and it said something about he was the first Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
So I put a little blurb about, associated with who I am and what I do. McDonald's was founded the same year I was born, which is 1955. And I said, I remember seeing Ronald McDonald on the commercials when I was young. He did it for several years.
Oh, Willard Scott as Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, as Ronald
Okay.
McDonald. And then also, you remember those restaurants back in those days?
They were all orange and yellow.
And they were
plastic.
there was no dining area. It was just you walked up and you got your food like an old dairy diner type of thing. You just walked up and get. And the arches weren't double. They were one arch on one end of the building and one arch on the other end of the building.
Oh, I think some of them gone retro and gone back to that.
Back to that, yeah.
But yeah, I don't even remember when I saw my first McDonald's. But growing up in Yellville, no telling where. I probably had to go to Springfield to see my first McDonald's when I was a kid. But we had, when I was a little girl, the one downtown was an actual Dairy Queen. I mean, a real honest to goodness Dairy Queen. And then when Dairy Queen went to the Brazier Burger thing, I guess the cost of that got too high and it turned into the Dairy Inn. It's been ever since. Well, no, it's not the Dairy Inn anymore. Now it is the Razorback Barbecue place. The Dairy Inn finally went out after being down there, fixture forever and ever and ever. But anyway, when I was a little girl, the place to go was Fern Adams' store. For those of you in the Yellville area, Fern Adams was the store down there on the square. And we would go down there, and I would get an ice cream sandwich and a Coke. I think I got it for $0.25. Like you got the ice cream sandwich, and then you'd get, and the pop came up out. You lifted the lid up, and you reached in, and it was like cold water and stuff or whatever, and you'd pull it out, and then you'd pop it off.
Now there's a way to do that where you can continually pull pop out of there. As kids, we figured that out.
This was just an open thingy.
But you had to run it around its
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it had one of those. You know where sometimes it gets stuck, you'd start pulling it and it'd get jammed. They had one of those at the courthouse where you open, there's a long skinny door and you pulled the little door open and pulled out. No, this was just the chest where you flipped open the top and you reached in and pulled out your pop. And then you had a thing where you popped the top off of it. For you youngsters who don't know what that is. And I remember Fern, a couple times she gave me all the old pop lids, which were nasty and sticky. But I went home and washed them and used them as like play money.
Well, our big thing back at that point in time was we'd get a Coke and then we'd get a sack of peanuts and we'd drink half the Coke and then pour the peanuts in the
it makes it kind of fizzy, and there's always a few peanuts that stick in the bottom of the bottle. They don't get out. That was good. We drank Mountain Dew all the time because back then it was Yahoo Mountain Dew. We drank Mountain Dew all the time, but I was an ice cream sandwich person, and my sister liked the little drumstick. The little cone with the ice cream on top, and it had a little
that's my favorite.
Oh, really? I was an ice cream sandwich girl.
The little
the sherbet push-ups, except it always popped out of place, and then sherbet got on your fingers. Yeah. Those were the good old days, I'm telling you. Those were the good old days. But Fern Adams store down there in Yellville. Used to go there all the time when I was a kid. Yeah, candy.
So this time of year, do you plant anything?
Not really.
You just
I try. As everyone who watches the show knows, I do not have a green thumb. And I try desperately to grow flowers. I don't grow, now I did pretty good last year with my herbs. I could grow herbs until it hit like 114 degrees in the shade or whatever that time. And I went out on the back deck and my cilantro was just vanished. I mean, it didn't just die. I mean, the pot looked like somebody pulled it all out. It vanished. It evaporated. And I couldn't keep mine. I didn't realize that herbs don't like the hot sun like that. So, but I try to grow a few flowers. I'm terribly unsuccessful at growing things.
Well, we had some representatives from the conservation district down in Yellville, and I bought several trees.
You told me that.
We put those out last week. We spent... we didn't spend all day. We spent a few hours.
Yeah, but Betty grows things because I've talked to Betty before. She's got quite the green thumb. I've visited with her about what I can grow.
And the thing about her, she can grow anything. I mean, if it's and she'll grow things where they come out every year. I mean, all the time, spring and whatever. So she's great at that kind of stuff. But we know we've got fruit trees, and I had to put fences where the goats couldn't get them. And
the goats.
It's a total.
Oh, the goats! You have your special needs goat at home.
Yeah, they're getting closer to the. Actually, their destiny is eventually in my freezer.
You're gonna eat them?
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna grind them up and eat them.
Remind me not to come over for dinner.
I think now goats are. I think the United States is the only country that's not a standard
goat eating republic.
Yeah, for goat meat. Yeah.
Well, I'm not joining that bandwagon.
Well, if you read the Bible, they always ate and sacrificed.
Well, they may have eaten a lot of things I'm not going to eat now. And Daddy, I get tickled at Daddy anytime we get on to Daddy about his diet because Daddy's got a bad heart, as everyone knows, and he thinks like pork rinds with Cheese Whiz are a low-fat food. And so anyway,
one will counteract the other.
He will get the Bible out and he'll flip through and make us read aloud the verse about all things God makes are good or whatever, and I always say, Daddy, God was not talking about Cheese Whiz and pork rinds and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, he'll point to a verse in the Bible to justify his poor eating habits. And Mother tries, not her fault. Mama tries, but no. And now everybody will tell Daddy I said that at the Hilltop because he always says whenever I talk about him, somebody mentions it. So at the Hilltop, watch what GF is eating. Oh, Gerald Francis, and just tell him that his daughter said he needs to watch the salt, watch the fried foods, because she wants him around for a long, long time. I'm a daddy's girl, so my daddy's a pretty special guy.
Good.
Yeah, but he doesn't take care of himself.
Well, most of us don't.
Well, there's Pops.
It's a life-changing experience.
It is.
Point A to B.
Well, it
takes all of your life to develop bad habits, and it takes almost a lifetime to straighten yourself out.
Well, Daddy said it took him, X number of years to clog those arteries up, so he figures he got to. Once the doctor unclogged them, he thinks he's got X number of years again. So I said that's not the way that works. Yeah, he's a mess.
We've got a great show. We have a huge.
Frank.
We do. We have a huge lineup of Is that a...
Titillating guess.
What did you say, a Frank? Of
Is
guess?
it a Frank? Is that his name? It's Frank.
Oh.
Marianne brought a Frank.
Oh, I thought you were... You know, we were talking about...
No, Marianne brought a Frank. We can't tell what Frank is.
Well, you said Frank, and I thought that was... Well,
your hands are cold.
Well, I'm cold.
Yeah.
I thought Frank was a reference for, like, a gaggle of geese. And a Frank
No, we have a
Frank of
we have a
hosts.
Frank of guests is
Frank
what we
of
have.
guests,
We have
okay.
a Frank of guests.
Okay, so we have
Whatever.
Frank
We have
from
Frank.
the Humane Society, and he's going to be coming up a little bit later on in the show. But first up, we're going to have Sandra Wilhite and Sarah Blagg from the Cotter Warrior Foundation. It's a 5 and 10K run. Is that
Yes,
right?
Sarah said it was their second one.
Okay.
So going on over at Cotter, and then you're going to let me do the next one, aren't you?
You can.
Midge Poirier Schultes is here with the Volunteer Low Cost Spay and Neuter Clinic.
Okay. And then we have David Griffin from the Bicycling for Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance.
I like that their logo is 2 polar bears on a tandem bicycle. Get it, bipolar. I thought that was so cute.
Bipolar.
Then, of course, Marianne's here with Frank. Yep. Frank is our pet of the week this week, so stick around and see Frank. And then...
Yes, Cub Scouts.
Yes, drum roll. At the end of the show, we have Cub Scout Pack 165.
Now, that would be a pack.
That is a pack of Cub Scouts. And the last time we had Cub Scouts, they didn't sit quietly in the audience very well, so we finally had to take them in the back and give them something to do, bless their little hearts. They were interested in us, but only in short periods of time.
Yeah.
So
we're going to have them to come in, like the segment's going to take 3 to 4 minutes, and we're going to rush them in and then rush them out.
Yeah, but they'll all be on air to wave and say hi, so that's good.
I think we have Frank. He's a little excited about being on the show.
He's making noises.
Making all kinds of...
it's Zinger.
Oh, there's another dog here.
It's the other dog. Yeah,
well,
he's Zinger.
Let's take our first break, Sandy, and then we'll talk to Sandy.
Sandy and
Will
Sarah.
Hite and Sarah right after this.
Yeah.